Total Farm Solutions is unique in the marketplace. There's no other dealer network out there providing this right now. I think it really simplifies the process for the producer, having all his resources at one dealer. We understand the equipment, the agronomy, the optimization, the service. It's a one-stop shop.
We farm at Grosse Isle, Manitoba, which is just northwest of Winnipeg. We farm, depending on the year, anywhere from 4.5 to 5,000 acres. One of the things we have done with Enns Brothers per se is we use a lot of their services within it to help actually lessen the workload on our operation. My role in the operation, being manager of it, the day-to-day training of our people, for example, on the machinery, it taxes me. So our optimization specialist actually works with our employees to help them understand, because they're the operators of our equipment, along with our FieldSmart guys, who helps us with planning our crops and helping us fine-tune the nutrition and what else we need to produce our crops.
I started with Rick Rutherford in an initial discovery as to what the farm's needs were and what Rick was searching for. So over that time, we started initially with some data collection and trying to build that into almost a 3-year plan, figuring out where we wanted to be in the future.
We'll incorporate elevation data. From there, we develop target yields per zone, fertilize accordingly, and then use some tools within the program to analyze and have a final report. We've been looking at his fertilizer practices, how much he's been putting on. We're trying to maintain or increase phosphate levels. And we're trying to make the nitrogen that we apply the most efficient to his crops.
The first thing we do is look at the harvest data that comes off the field. We'll look at the amount of nutrients that were applied in that zone, and then we follow up with a soil test for each specific zone. And in reality, what we're doing is to try to determine how many of the nutrients we've drawn out of the soil, what is left, so that starts to develop what kind of nutrients we're going to be putting in each zone for the following year.
It's really important that I look to make sure that the equipment is working the way that we want it to work. And data a lot of times will give me those indications. So seeding rates, planter population rates, combines, how they're working, when I get more than one machine working in the same field, are they all fairly evenly matched?
Our field advisor, for example, he's actually looking at our crop probably on a weekly or bi-weekly basis.
We have done some tissue samples, which are in-season measurements of the crop, and they give an indicator if we're on track with our previous plans.
So working with the operators, working with Rick himself to make sure that we have our plan correct, and if there's any changes that we need to make.
So any advisor that we have in any aspect of it, if it's on the seed quality side or our machinery or down to our optimization specialist or our field advisor, the more value they can add to our farm and make it run more smoothly and more profitable, that's what we're looking for in an advisor.
For me, the relationship is hugely important, gaining his trust, making sure that I'm diligent and being efficient again. I almost place myself as almost an employee with that farm.
I do consider myself a trusted advisor. I'm a part of Rick's operation, from the planning to the implementation and looking at the results at the end of the year.
Well, I would say that Enns Brothers, it's more than just one facet of it, being our major machinery supplier. And as we worked into the FieldSmart program, it's actually helping us with our agronomy decisions, supported by the data that's being generated by our machinery.